Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here and for clicking on the video. As it's now 7:02, I consider that evening, whether it actually is or not. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this, but it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Anyways, I hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you as always for joining me today. We are diving into this favorite song of Tom. Tom, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well on this one. We're listening to Nobody Knows by Kathleen Parks. And while I've never heard of Miss Parks, we're going to listen to this track off of her album Rolling Down the Line. This was released in 2024, just last year. So we're going to pull it up right now. I love the album cover. Every once in a while, there's something about an album cover that just looks really like an album cover is like, you know, it's the first point of contact typically with an album besides the first song. And I just really like the album cover. It has a really great color. I love the font, the placement. I know it sounds like I'm memeing. I'm really not memeing. I just really think that it's a great cover. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen to the song. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Nobody Knows.
Much as I do. I've got a roof, a bed, and a family that loves me. I've got a real sweet baby. He smiles at me with his eyes.
This is so relaxing and heartfelt.
When he calls me up at nighttime, he's my lifeline. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Love the bass playing. Love the harmonies in her voice, especially with that guitar, that steel guitar back there.
When he comes to visit, I'll sit on the porch by the sea, and I'll be well then, I promise.
Her voice is right there.
Nobody knows how beautiful and how valuable.
Nice transition to a bridge. But there's also a power in her technique, like behind the way that she's singing, which is really nice also.
And when the night falls down low, I'm
As the music
going
does.
to take my rest, and on his chest I'll go to heaven.
Ooh, that little, yeah, that. There's a clarity That was very nicely done. I think that that was impressive. I love Kathleen's voice because she has like, okay, the gentle storytelling kind of voice, right? She has that wonderful clarity in her voice, but there's also a power. You can hear in the way that she delivers. Okay, you can hear like in her breathing technique in here, like you can hear it through the music. That it's not just a sweet Tana singing like this. That was horrible. But there's actually an inhale, air in the lungs, pushing it forward and projecting her voice when it's needed. So yeah, there's a cute, kind of singing right here, a gentle, kind of gentle stream. But then there's also a river that's back there as well. Especially noteworthy in the back half of the track, where of course it builds into that climax where all the other instruments are streaming on in as well. And what I think is really nice is that her voice isn't just part of that musical stream of conscious in the music. Her voice to me is very, very much the land that is carving out the path for the river of music to follow her voice and to follow her trail. And in a way, she like riffs a little bit at the end, right? But not in a diva, kind of riff. I'm not going to be able to do it, but the holding the note, the like going up just a moment, bringing it back down. Going up just a moment, bringing it back down. And it's done with, like I said, the word that I can't help but say is clarity. A clarity and a deliverance that comes across extremely well. I also see that not only is she singing, but she's also involved in playing the fiddle, the guitar, the 12-string guitar, and the mandolin. Mandolin of which I believe you can hear in here. It's either that or the banjo. And she's backed up by Micah Nicole on the guitar, Chris Sartori on the bass. If there was one other thing in here, that I loved in here, it was the presence of the bass and how present it was. The bass did not just sit back and play four chords. It was constantly moving, constantly providing a warmth and a depth to the music, and of course, obviously, a rhythm. Arthur Tarambula on resonator guitar, fingerpicking banjo and ukulele, and then Alex Formento on pedal steel. And especially when it gets into the last third of the song, where it really does get into that build-up, that's when you can really feel all of these members coming in with their instruments, whereas before they were played straightly, but more subtly in some respects. That's when they all begin to collide, clash, and of course, climax there at the end. Now, unfortunately for me, I could not find lyrics for this. I was looking here. I'm on their Bandcamp right now. I'm on the Bandcamp. I went down here where it says for lyrics, come over to the website. And I did go through, all the links, and it's very, very possible that I just missed it, but I could not find the lyrics. But the lyrics seem to be just, relatively straightforward in the sense of nobody knows the happiness that she has, the blessings that she has. And, she talks about, laying on her man's chest and, it's like heaven and just like all these positive things. That's what it seems to really come to in the lyrics, in the lyric department, which is very real. It's very heartfelt. And sometimes it just feels right. So definitely enjoyed that. Hope you guys did as well. Like that was like a cool, like country folk kind of sound, right? You could definitely hear the country sound in there, but then it moved in a kind of folkish manner. So thank you so much for the recommendation, the support, Floyd. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's his YouTube name. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Of course, I'll go ahead and link the music here as well for Kathleen. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. And I'll see you all later. Bye.